All right, Jake, it's so nice to have you back.
What's up, guys?
We missed you.
Sorry, I had a baby. I'm a little busy.
How dare you? How's the second dad life going?
That's pretty good. He might be awake right now. I can go check if you want to see him real quick.
Ooh,
Yeah, let's buy time. All right. Jake's getting up. He's getting up. He's walking away. I'm going to narrate
Setting
this.
down his
All right, he's
headset.
putting down his headset. All right, he's walking away. He's probably now turning the corner. He's taking steps. He's walking. He's walking. He's turning another corner. He's heading left. He's going down into the bedroom, probably. I don't know where he sleeps, probably in the bedroom. He's now probably seeing if he's awake or not, and he may or may not be grabbing him, and now he's back. He's put his hand in front of the webcam, and now he's turning. He doesn't have a baby. All right, it's a no-go. There's no baby. Never mind. Just kidding.
There's no baby. He's still asleep with his mom, so I don't
That
feel like
bitch.
waking. I don't feel like waking that beast.
Do not wake her.
So maybe next time we'll get him on camera.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like
But no,
to see him.
It's been pretty crazy. Most of the time when when they're born, they lose about like a pound, maybe up to 1.5 pounds within the first 2 weeks that they
Is that water weight?
are. Something like that. I don't really know. But not this man. This man has continually, steadily climbed in weight. He came out being born, I think, 7 pounds, 10 ounces, and now he's almost 9.
Hey.
He's a big
He's about
boy.
to be 3 weeks old, right? Or was he on Saturday?
This coming
Next
Saturday, he'll be 3.
So he's
Yeah.
2 weeks old.
Mhm. He was born on the 18th of September at 7:45
the day before
in the
Sarah's
morning.
birthday.
He's gonna be a chunky guy.
He's a big dude. He's gonna be a big dude.
That's cool.
All right, let's not make any assumptions. He's 2 weeks old. Come on.
Nah, he's gonna be a big dude.
That is one thing that will absolutely be so annoying for me. I hate the whole going through like the pregnancy thing, right? Where everyone is a fucking expert, right?
Mhm.
And everyone tells you what's going to happen and what every little feeling means. And then when I'm just like, I just can't even stand being around it. It bugs me.
I'm glad you said that, because now I won't say shit whenever you decide to have kids.
Yeah, it's just like, old wives' tale says, when the mom feels this at 13 weeks, that means it's going to be a boy.
Listen to
I
me,
hate
though.
that so much.
Don't knock on those old wives' tales.
I don't give a fuck about old wives' tales.
I swear to
don't
God,
care.
don't knock on them.
I don't care.
About 80% of them are true.
It's going to be 80%. I need it to be 100. That just puts more doubt. Like, oh, what if it's the 20% though? Fuck. Oh, I need it to be. Okay, I don't care. I don't care how close you were to winning your fucking horseshoe game, or how big your fucking fish was that you caught. I don't care. I need to see it.
No, not that kind of shit. Like, heartburn means the baby's gonna have hair, and
Oh my god,
that's very
shit.
true.
I don't care. I just don't care. It doesn't mean anything.
Because with Miles,
The baby's gonna be what it's gonna be when it comes out. I don't care. I'll
Allison
see it
had
then.
heartburn, like ungodly heartburn, constantly throughout the last trimester, and that girl.
Could it
came out
also
with a full
be
head
that
of
she
hair.
has like fucking 30 pounds sitting on her stomach?
Nope.
I mean, that's generally what causes heartburn.
But
is
this
having
time,
lots
she
of extra
barely had
pressure
any
on your stomach
heartburn,
and regurgitates
and
acid.
she barely had any heartburn this time with Ollie, and he barely had any hair. So
Whatever. I don't care.
50-50 chance.
I just don't care. I really
he's
don't.
doing good. He's doing
Also,
good.
boys don't generally have as much hair, right? Because they have to take more time developing their genitals than girl babies.
I don't know.
So they don't have as much hair.
I don't know. I don't
You
know
don't-
these
all
things.
right.
I've
You
never
don't know
heard
these
that.
things, really. You don't want to know. You don't know these things. You know
No.
that every baby starts out as female before it starts developing its.
Well, we know that.
Well,
Oh,
duh,
we do
I
know that. Oh, we know those. Oh, okay, yeah. That's why boys factually mature later than girls because their brain is more developed at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Sure. I'll buy it.
Because guys,
I don't know if I'm really quiet or not. Maybe.
you sound.
I mean,
fine.
I don't know because I'm on Zoom. You sound fine, but
Yeah. Audacity might be a different story later. We'll figure it
it's
out.
fine. I'll have to. I always do. Somebody's always quiet.
So you have to manipulate somebody.
But no, he's good. He's a big boy. He's napping. He eats. He's constantly on the titty. So.
Hey, dude, me too.
Okay, that's enough. It's disgusting.
I just want to let you know I wasn't trying to make that dirty. Matt went and did that.
It's natural, okay? Tastes good.
Ew.
I like warm milk.
Ew.
It soothes me before I go to sleep.
That's disgusting. No wonder you're having insomnia.
Wait, hold on. He might be awake.
What does that mean? What do you? It soothes me. It soothes me before I go to sleep, and then you say, "No wonder you're having." Which, by the way, today's my first day on the full pill, and I am fucking tired.
Mm-hmm.
Tired.
Full pill of what?
Oh, you didn't listen to last week's episode, did you, sir? No, you
I haven't
didn't.
gotten that far yet. No.
No. Well, I'm taking anxiety medicine now, and you have to take half a pill for 10 days.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Stand by.
Okay. Standing by. All right, we're gonna try this again.
No,
Okay.
I'm not going to get him. I have to go fix something for Allison, so it might take a minute.
Oh, all right. Yeah, never mind. All right. Well, do you want to go through? Well, I guess we can't really go through the intro here. You want me to spitball things, saying words, and talk a little bit about that Venom, just a little bit, real quick. Since we do have a separate thing, we want to tease it. The fact that our review is going to be on the Patreon. So when this comes out a week from now, I'll post it on the Patreon. It'll be exclusively on the Patreon, and we're going to post our movie reviews and stuff on there. So
please think about becoming a patron of us. A patron of the arts, if
money.
you will. So Matt, Jake, and I all saw Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, and you can hear our honest and not sugar-coated thoughts about it.
Well, one of us was pretty sugar-coated.
Well, yeah. If you go over and subscribe to our Patreon, become a patron. It's worth it, I promise.
Yeah, Jake was like, he's like, man, what should we call our patrons? Like, and what did he say? He said,
Nerdlies
or something like that. I'm like, what if, here's a great idea. What if we just call them nerds?
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll make a poll.
Oh, yeah, we'll make a poll for those 0 patrons we have right now.
Yeah. They can decide what they want to be called.
Sure, yeah. Generally, that's a community-driven thing anyway, that they decide what they're called, not us.
Exactly. So, we have no dictation over that.
Uh-huh.
You can be whatever you want to call it. What my
you
brain
give me
is
a sneak peek on what we're going to be talking about today, since Jake's not here?
If you want one.
I just don't know how long we have to spitball here.
So it's something that I don't know how well it's gonna go over with you guys.
I guess we'll see.
But I kind of wanted to talk about Stephen King today.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this episode's gonna be about, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. What? Why are you making that face?
Because I'm not gonna have a lot to say.
Yeah, I figured. And Jake probably won't either, and I was kind of banking on Chris, but apparently...
Well, if it was that important, why didn't you tell me? Because he was going to be late.
Decided to die.
Not to wait.
Yeah, but Jake hasn't been on for a while, so I wanted to have Jake too.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe you guys will be okay.
Maybe, I hope so.
So you're telling me you know Zero?
Yeah, I know he's a dude, and he writes lots of books.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen exactly 2 of them. 2 books, or 2 movies about the books that he's written.
Mm-hmm. You haven't read any of them?
No, not a single one. Not a single sentence or a word of any of them. Ever.
Okay, he is currently consuming food. And once he's done, Allie will bring him in here.
Cool.
Sweet. All right, well, let's roll the intro. Let's go.
Roll the intro. Hey, guys. Welcome to the Nerdy as Hell podcast. I'm your host today, Cheyenne, again, for, what did I call it last episode? Cheyenne Spooky Month.
Sure.
Cheyenne's month of spook.
Because Matt told her to.
Yeah, Cheyenne's month of spook, if you will.
Month
So
of spook.
Jake wasn't here last week, but we talked about classical horror movie monsters. So,
Okay.
like Frankenstein, Dracula, that kind of thing. And so today I decided that we're going to talk about Stephen King. Because
Ooh.
he is, a king of horror, if you will.
Ha 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 ha.
Anyway, so I kind of wanted to make it like a, I don't want to just bore you guys to death by reading pieces of paper, but I do have his biography, sort of like a synopsis of his biography. I have some of the books that I know of, and I also wanted to talk about why he hates The Shining movie so much.
Okay.
So that's kind of my plan for this one.
Fun fact. Bet you didn't expect me to be pretty knowledgeable about Stephen King, did you?
No, I didn't. I was just telling Matt that.
Man, maybe I should have been the one that
Because-
sat out on this one. Shit.
Yeah.
Because in high school, when I was in AP Lit,
Mhm.
were you in that class with Miss Akers?
Yeah, with Miss Akers.
Remember when we had to do the fucking author study? And you
Yes,
just read
I did Margaret Atwood.
I did Stephen King.
Mm. So you are going to be pretty knowledgeable about him.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I did learn some stuff.
Oh, maybe I'll go get some dinner. You guys have a nice chat. I'll be back.
No, you're going to sit down and learn things. Anyways.
I don't like learning.
Oh my god. Anyway, I don't know. I learned some stuff that I thought was cool. If you guys remember back in like episode whatever it was that we did our top 10 movies, Shining was number 1 on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Was
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you
absolutely.
go back to make sure?
Yeah, I know that's
Okay.
the right
All right.
She feels it in her
I need
heart.
internet. Please let
It's
me know.
It was number 1 on my list. It took me a while to decide. I know it
Okay.
was number 1 on my list.
All right.
And so, I always knew that Stephen King didn't like The Shining. And eventually I went back and read the book, and I kind of understood why. But I think, I learned more about it today that kind of surprised me. So, Matt, what do you know about Stephen
Nothing.
King?
There's
Absolutely
an old
nothing?
white dude.
Yeah?
Have you read any of his books?
Nope.
Which
Never.
movies
Seen
have
any
you
of his
seen?
movies?
I've seen It Chapter 1 and 2.
That's it?
Wow.
List off some other movies that I might have seen.
The
Carrie, The Shining, Doctor
Nope.
Sleep,
Doctor Sleep.
Nope.
The
The
Outsider.
Stand.
Nope.
Cujo?
Green Mile.
Nope.
The Mist.
Nope.
What's the one where they're walking on the trains? Stand By Me?
Stand By Me. Under the
Nope.
Dome.
Nope.
Pet Cemetery.
Nope.
What's the one about what's the car? I can't remember the car's name.
Cars. It's Cars. That's what you're talking about. Lightning McQueen?
Mr. Mercedes.
No.
Okay. I don't know. What did that? All right.
What's the one with Morgan Freeman? They're in jail.
Webb or something. Oh,
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Oh
no,
yeah,
never seen that either.
Shawshank.
I've never seen that movie either.
I forgot about
Wow.
Shawshank Redemption.
I didn't know that was a fucking.
Stephen King.
Yeah, nope, never seen that movie either.
Well,
Did I already
Okay.
say The Green Mile?
yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
That has Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, never seen that though.
Okay. Wow. Uncultured
Wow.
swine. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make you a movie list. Anyways.
Oh, you know what? That fucking reminds me. Don't even get. Fuck you with that. You're gonna make
I
me
was-
a movie
I
list.
was-
You're
I
gonna
was
make
about
me a
to say
motherfucking
something.
movie list here. All right, I need you to talk about Dragon Ball right now. How it's fucking going. I am sorry that
No,
we're gonna
I-
interrupt this shit. I forgot about it 3 fucking weeks in a row. All
No.
right, we're gonna get down to this. Right, we're gonna get down to
I-
business right now.
She's not going to say it, but she threw in the fucking towel.
I did. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it, Jake. I'm gonna own up to it. I don't care. I don't want to watch it.
She didn't even make it through Dragon Ball.
It's boring and gross, and I don't like it.
She thinks
All
Master
about-
Roshi's gross.
he's a pervert, and that's all
Okay,
the freaking show's
how-
about.
how-
80s
how-
anime.
Go
It's
find me a
80s
girl.
anime.
Go find me a girl. And then the dude that he's fighting literally sticks his hand in his penis area. Not only is he farting and burping, he's literally rubbing his hand on his crotch and then sticking his finger into the little kid with the dots on his head. I forgot his name already.
Krillin?
Jesus Christ.
Krillin, that's the one. And then
And you're
Goku's
laughing
like-
about it. You're laughing about it. You're laughing about it because it's funny.
No, because Goku's like, you don't have a nose. Oh my god. Like,
It's true, he doesn't. Doesn't
it's
have a nose.
so stupid. And I hate it, and I can't
It was
force
a
myself to watch
children's
it.
anime
Here's my
from
thing.
the 80s.
How can you watch My Hero with Mineta and be okay with that, but not?
Because
but
he's not
you
the
give
sole
up-
focus of the show.
Neither
Minetta's
is
like-
one of the fighters that they're fighting against in a world tournament.
But Master Roshi is, and all he cares about are these girls. And right now we got the sneezing one,
Launch.
Launch, yeah, and she just
I
comes out
pulled
with a
that out of
gun
my
sometime.
ass. I could barely remember her name.
But they literally had like 2 episodes where they had to go find him a girlfriend. They
Jiraiya.
don't do that with
Jiraiya,
Mineta.
I'm sure you love Jiraiya.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
like Jiraiya.
Bullshit.
But you watched all of fucking Naruto.
I sure did. But he wasn't like the main focus. He didn't come on until later.
He was
anyway.
for a hot minute of it.
He didn't
Welcome,
come
Chris.
on till later. I was
Hi,
already
Chris.
into it.
Hi guys, I'm recording, so you know.
Okay.
I was already into it, okay? I was already invested in Naruto, and then the pervy sage came, and I was like, okay, I don't really like it, but, you know, he's got some good moves, whatever, I can
No.
ignore it.
You don't get to throw Matt any kind of suggestions anymore.
I know.
No.
I already told him that. I can't suggest
But-
anything anymore. Because I cannot watch Dragon Ball. I can't.
All right, you don't have to watch Dragon Ball. Are you willing to amend the bet?
Yes. As
What
long
about
as I
Dragon
don't
Ball
have to
Z?
watch Dragon Ball.
Yes. All right. And
Then
you-
skip
you
Dragon
just
Ball
don't-
and go to
you
Dragon
just
Ball Z.
don't like it because it's gross, right?
Yes.
And childish.
Yeah, I mean, that's not... I can overlook that. I watch kid stuff all the time.
Okay.
But
All right.
that
So
it's just...
all right.
awful.
I will find you a Dragon Ball story summary.
Okay.
If you skip, all right. What we're gonna do though,
Like a Spark Notes?
if you skip to Dragon Ball Z and then watch Dragon Ball Super and then the Broly movie, that's all you'd have to do. That's all you got to watch.
Okay.
All right. I need you, Jake and Chris. What can I do here? Or no, should she have to do something else since she already failed the first one?
No,
And
here's
should
what
I
I
I
was
be
feel
going
like
to
that's
say.
enough. I feel like
What
you're
I was
already
going to
asking a
say
lot of her.
is you should have her watch Kai.
Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Yes.
All right. If you at
If-
least watch that, that's fine. I don't care.
Dragon Ball
But
Z
Which
Kai.
one? Before Dragon
it's a
Ball
shorter,
Z?
abbreviated version of Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah, it cuts the filler. It just gives you the
and it's
straight.
remastered
to
and
the
stuff.
shit.
But
Yes.
But
Just watch Dragon Ball Z Kai.
while you would like that it's shorter, but I don't know that she would like it more than regular Dragon Ball Z because
Well, if
It's-
she likes
again,
it, then
it's
she can go back and
abbreviated.
watch
There's-
regular Dragon Ball.
it's less
Z.
hardcore fighting. There's no blood. There's no cussing. There's no flipping people off.
Yeah, there's no Vegeta like.
Like, there's none of that.
But
Forgot that
for her to get the essence, just a little sniff of it, watch Kai, and if you want to, go back and watch all of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
Because there's a
lot
Steve,
that you miss.
Don't ever sniff your finger again.
She won't. She'll never do. She doesn't.
But
She acts like she doesn't have time to do anything, but she spends all day sleeping.
That's not
reminds
true.
me,
I'm a full-time gal.
I've been wanting to watch Berserk.
All right. If you're
Anyways.
able to actually finish it, Cheyenne,
Okay.
is there something that I should do, or like what do I need to do to make you watch it?
I don't know.
play
What
Stardew
can I
Valley.
do?
Make it good.
Yeah, play Stardew Valley. I'd
That's
do that
fun.
without- yeah. What can I do?
Watching Dragon
to-
Ball Z
to-
is fun. The fuck you saying it like that for?
I know she's acting like it's a fucking chore, like she's
It
having
was.
her eyeballs ripped out.
It
while She
was.
watches it, or her fucking
it
fingernails
was.
ripped off.
Oh my god,
It's
I
like
took
going to
a
the dentist
deep
and getting
breath.
your teeth drilled. For her.
Yes, it was. Because I tried to watch an episode a night, and I was like, I can do that. I can watch one episode a night.
a night.
Jesus Christ! No wonder
It
it,
was-
took you forever because you watch the one episode and then you don't want to watch it anymore because you don't like it. You just
Yeah.
gotta sit there and take it.
It's
Or
because no, she's not going to let herself like it. I already know this about her. She won't let herself.
I
like
would totally like it if it was good.
universally Dragon Ball is loved. So I don't know what you're talking about. But
I don't know what y'all see in it.
you watched probably 20 episodes,
drawings.
so I don't know.
Yeah, like 26, I think.
Bright lights
Wow.
and loud noises.
Ugh.
26.
It was.
She'll watch the
awful.
first episode of Dragon Ball Z and be like, "This sucks. Fuck this."
I'll give it a chance.
So
It's got
What
it's
can I-
got child abuse in it.
You told me
That's
to
true.
get to the world ninja thing, and I did.
World Martial Arts
Yeah,
Tournament.
usually when I say get to it, like finish the arc, you don't. When you get to it, like when I say like if you were to like say, "Hey, I need you to get to here," right? You want me to stop at the beginning of this really good arc, or do you want me to
No,
finish
get
it?
through it.
So wait, she got to it and was just like, done.
She watched probably
I watched,
one or
like-
two episodes
no, I
of the World
watched
Tournament.
several episodes of the World Tournament. They're on the last fight.
She lost it with the stinky dude who rubs his
on
No,
the
balls.
last
I
fight.
lost it with the girl, the sexy girl, and the monk.
Well, wait.
Who's try-
How can you... Wait, no. How can you justify, then, sexy jutsu?
I can't.
But you still watched it?
I was already invested. They throw that at you
She
at the
just doesn't.
beginning.
No, she just doesn't want to accept it because it's Dragon Ball, and she already didn't want to watch it. So,
It's gross.
Exactly.
all right, Cheyenne, right? I need you before we end this. What can I do?
I don't know.
So,
I don't
what can I do?
know.
What can I do to make the suffering worth it for you?
Get a Stardew Valley tattoo.
I am sacrificing myself
How?
to
Stardew
try to
Valley
give you
tattoo?
something else to like.
I don't know.
What do you
Maybe
mean?
just
Also, how? What do you mean? How am I sacrificing myself? I'm asking you.
How is that a sacrifice for you when I have to like force myself to watch the show?
That's what he's telling you. Think of something.
Because I know that if you actually watch it, you're not going to force yourself. Like, and I know she's going to try her hardest to not like it and be like, it's just a stupid battle anime. It's dumb. All they do
I
is
like
fight."
battle animes. Ghost in the Shell was cool.
But that's
It
a
kinda is
movie.
cool. No, it's,
Yeah, but it
it's
was-
an anime too.
It's an anime.
No, I know that. It's an OVA.
Eva, Evangelion. That's fun, a battle anime. That one's kind of gross, though. was
There's
okay.
no winning, Matt. There's no winning. Just
What makes it gross?
I
Just
don't wanna
throwing-
talk about it, though.
just throw in the towel, Matt. I want to talk about Stefano.
She's
King.
never going to fucking watch it anyway. Even if I tell her,
I
it's gonna take her
already
5
told you
fucking
I
years.
gave up. I
It's gonna-
told
it's
you
gonna- yeah,
I gave
you give up so easily because you were just like, I don't like it. Fuck this.
I mean, I will try Dragon Ball Z, but I don't like Dragon Ball.
Watch Dragon Ball Z Kai. It's on
You
Funimation.
don't like it, but you've never fucking seen it. You've never seen it. You've never seen it.
Okay.
Like, all right, look, I can understand why a woman today's age would not like the beginning of Dragon Ball before it turns into actually just training to fight and beat, world-ending shit. I get that.
Yeah,
But
there's no
I
point.
also still don't understand why you'll defend it in other animes.
Because that's
From the-
not the sole
It's just from
focus of the
time
other
period.
anime.
It's not even the-
Understand.
To
What
me,
makes you think it's the sole
watching
focus of
this, it feels like it's the sole focus. Like, all Goku
It's
wants to do
supposed to
is
be
fucking
funny.
train. And Master Roshi is just like, well,
That's all Naruto does.
I
train.
need a girlfriend. I want him to train.
He will.
But they're not. All they're
They
doing
will.
is focus on finding him a damn girlfriend or Krillin coming with some porn magazines or whatever. Like, and they can't even fight a freaking battle without disgusting, like, stinky crap and a girl taking her clothes off because, what? She can't fight martial arts? What's the point?
It is from the mid-'80s. It's a Japanese anime from the mid-'80s. I never
Okay,
said
but
it aged well.
I liked Nam. And he's just trying to protect his family in the village that he lives in that they can't even get water. And this girl's like, boobs.
Also,
like,
yeah, well. Also, if you notice, a lot of older animes start off really childish and stupid before they get serious.
I liked Initial D. It didn't do that.
I don't even know what that is. So.
It's a
that
race
racing
car
one?
anime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Well,
liked
how
it.
can a race car anime get weird like that?
I don't know. How can a fighting anime get weird like that? It does.
Because they're not in a car.
Okay.
They're fighting each other and touching each other.
Okay. Race car drivers can get weird out of the car.
Whatever.
They can get weird. anytime.
We're going to have to revisit this on a different day.
Yeah, I just want to say one more thing. I know you'll never do it unless you have a reason to tough through it for me to do something. So that's why I need something, because you're just going to be like, well, I have no reason to do this because I'm not going to do it, or you know, there's nothing in it for me, you know, except for the fact that you'd get another like 600 episodes of something you'd like. That's all. That's all. That's all.
All right, watch One Piece then. And I'll watch
Fuck no! 1,000 episodes! And you haven't even watched that.
700.
No!
Something.
No. More than that.
Are they at 1,000 already?
Yes!
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it either. Please don't make me watch that.
I'm not gonna make you watch it.
I don't know, I think of something, but it's gotta be worth my suffering. Anyway, we're talking about Stephen King today.
Yeah, there's a 981 right now.
Yeah, that would be nice for you to suffer through.
No. There's not even half that many Dragon Ball Z episodes.
Okay. We're moving on. I want to talk about Stephen King.
Yeah, fill Chris in real quick.
What do you know about Stephen King? We haven't really talked about it except Matt knows nothing and Jake knows a lot.
He's written a lot of books, and he's got shows.
Have you seen any or read any of his stuff?
I started reading it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have an audiobook. I was reading the book, and then I just fell off it. I've read The Mist, but it's a short story.
Yep. It's a good short story.
I've seen the movie. I've seen a lot of Stephen King movies.
Good.
Well, you're already 3 steps ahead of Matt.
Damn.
He hasn't seen any of them except for It Chapter 1 and 2, and has not touched a book.
There's a bunch of good movies out there, dude. Just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Shawshank Redemption.
There's a lot of good anime too.
The Green Mile.
Oh my god, we're past that.
You know what? If you watch it, I'll watch a bunch of Stephen King movies.
That's not worth it.
You're not. You would like the Stephen King movies anyway.
Yeah.
You're not going to suffer.
You would like Dragon Ball Z.
No.
You hung up on this.
You're fucking impossible, by the way.
Okay. Maybe if you read, that sounds like suffering.
No.
Yeah, anyway, I have the Stand and It.
You're not going to suffer through it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have the Stand and It on my Audible. I can give you my login. You can listen to them.
No.
The Stand is fantastic.
I don't care.
The movie was good. I've never read
suffer.
it, but the movie is really good.
Anyway,
if it's good material, it's not going to be suffering.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Moving on. I really want to talk about Stephen King before I have to leave.
Okay, so he was born in Portland, Maine in 1947. He's 74 years old, okay? And he's still writing books. Actually, a book just came out August 3rd, 2021 of this year. It's called Billy Summers, and I have a cool
George R. Martin, take some notes.
Yeah. I have a cool synopsis of it. I haven't read it. I don't really know anything about the character, but it's called Billy Summers. It's a man in a room with a gun. He's a killer for hire and the best in the business. I'm flustered. You got me all worked up. Anyway. But he'll do the job only if the target is a truly bad guy. And now Billy wants out. But first there's one last hit. Billy is among the best snipers in the world, a decorated Iraq war vet, a Houdini when it comes to vanishing after the job is done. So what possibly could go wrong? Anyway, it sounds kind of cool.
That does sound interesting.
Not really horror.
Sounds generic-esque,
but maybe, because Stephen King is known for his, twists and stuff.
So, fun fact for me, I've actually, as I'm thinking about it, I've read 3 entire Stephen King books this year.
Nice. Which ones?
Nerd.
I read The Dark Tower, the first book in that series, It, and The Stand. And those 2 are some of his bigger, longer stories.
Yeah,
it took me a while.
It is huge.
The Stand is bigger.
Stories, huh?
Anyway, he made his first professional short story sale in 1967. It actually said how many rejection letters he got, and he would hang up the rejection letters on his wall. But he finally sold. It's called The Glass Floor short story. And it didn't have a description of what that short story was about. But
you know what's crazy to me? You said that he would hang up every rejection letter.
Yeah.
And it immediately makes me think of what's his name, Harry or Henry in The Stand, who's the author.
Yeah.
Immediately makes me think of him. He always tries to put himself in one of the characters that he's writing about. Interesting. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Who's echoing?
Yeah, somebody's echoing. Just make sure it's not on your Audacity recording.
Hello?
Hello.
No, someone's like echoing through someone else's mic.
No,
it might be my headset.
Now.
My headset might be too
Is
loud.
it me? No, I don't know. I don't think it's
Could
me.
be coming out of your headset into your mic. I don't know. Just make sure it's not turned up super loud for you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
He began teaching high school English classes at a public high school before. He wanted writing to be like his main career, but that wasn't going anywhere. He was getting a lot of rejections. But finally, in the spring of 1973, Doubleday and Company accepted the novel Carrie for publication, providing him the means to leave teaching and write full-time. He's since published over 50 books and has become one of the world's most successful writers. He's the recipient of the 2003 National Book Foundation Medal for Distinguished Contribution, thank you, to the American Letters, and the 2014 National Medal of Arts. So, that's pretty cool. He's very well known, obviously. Matt, you know him. You just haven't read anything.
Yeah, he's a friend. Good friend.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was talking about The Glass Floor. That was his first professional short story that he got paid for, but in the summer of 1974 is when Carrie first came out, and since Matt doesn't know anything about Carrie, it's a story of a misfit high school girl, Carrie White, who gradually discovers she has telekinetic powers. Repressed by a domineering, ultra-religious mother and tormented by her peers at school, her efforts to fit in lead to a dramatic confrontation during the senior prom. And I know you've seen pictures of her covered in blood.
Covered in blood, yes.
Mm-hmm. From what I remember of the movie, like, she started her period and her mom thought that...
whatever her name is?
Yeah.
Or the original?
No, the old one.
The old one. Yeah, so she started her period at, like, I don't know, 16 or something, really late for that. But her mom thought that was a sin. It was a sign of her sinning. It wasn't a natural thing. Like, she should not have
shit out of her with wire hangers and locked her in a closet. Just for starting her period. It's crazy. How dare she?
Fucking
so he was born in Maine, which a lot of his stories take place in Maine, which we all know.
Algonquin and Derry and all kinds of places.
But he lived in several places when he was a kid, and then when he got married, they moved to Boulder, Colorado. They lived there only like little less than a year, but that's when he wrote The Shining, which is set in Colorado. So that's pretty cool. He returned to Maine like in 1975, and they purchased several houses in Maine, and that's when he finished The Stand. Much of which is also set in Boulder, Colorado. I was
literally about to say he's either in Algonquin, Maine, or Boulder, Colorado.
Yep, that's true. So after Carrie came Salem's Lot. Have you heard of that one, Matt? Chris?
Nope.
Have you heard of that one?
I have, but I can't remember what that one's about.
So it's about an author, Ben Mears. He returns to Salem's Lot, which is the name of his town, to write a book about a house that has haunted him since childhood, only to find his isolated hometown infested with vampires. While the vampires claim more victims, Mears convinces a small group of believers to combat the undead. And I tried to watch this movie. Again, this came out in like the late 80s. The movie did, and the book is 1975. It was really hard to watch. It's just really long and drawn out, but kind of an interesting story. He's trying to save his hometown from being eaten. Then you got The Shining, which is really cool, but it differs a lot from the movie that Stanley Kubrick made, and that's a big like sticking point with Stephen King.
That's one that I have yet to read. Actually,
isn't there technically two Shining movies? Like, there's another movie that he likes more.
No.
Are you sure? Is it a TV or is it a TV series or something?
You might be thinking about It, because
I've heard somebody talk about this before. Hold on.
It had an original TV airing with Tim Curry playing Pennywise, and he hated that. But he really, really enjoyed It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. He thought those were really well done.
I did read The Shining, and It's really good, but it is really different. Did you guys see Dr. Sleep or read Dr. Sleep? That came out in 2018.
I did see Dr. Sleep.
Or 2013, I'm sorry. 2013. That one follows more to his original, like, thoughts for how the Shining movie should have been.
Yeah. Because the ending in the movie was completely made up for the movie.
Yeah. Which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but...
There was a miniseries. There was a miniseries.
The Shining miniseries?
It wasn't a movie, yeah, there was a miniseries, yeah.
I didn't know that there was a Shining miniseries.
Yeah, sorry, it says right here, The Shining is an American supernatural horror media franchise centered around the 1977 novel of the same name. The franchise consists of 2 films, The Shining, Dr. Sleep, both of which are film adaptations of the novels written by King of the same name, a miniseries adaptation of The Shining, and an upcoming web series. Hold on.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I've only heard of the Jack Nicholson Shining.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so the story of The Shining, while Matt's looking at that, is Jack Torrance, his wife Wendy, and their young son Danny move into the Overlook Hotel, which is in Colorado, where Jack has been hired as the winter caretaker. So cut off from civilization for months, Jack hopes to battle alcoholism and uncontrolled rage while writing a play. Evil forces residing in the Overlook, which has a long and violent history, covet young Danny for his precognitive powers and exploit Jack's weaknesses to try to claim the boy.
Okay,
Red Rum.
Right here. The Shining, is a 3-episode horror television miniseries based on the 1977 Stephen King novel of the same name, directed by Mick Garris from King's teleplay. It is the second adaptation of the book after the 1980 film by Stanley Kubrick, and was written and produced by King based on his dissatisfaction with Kubrick's version. Mm-hmm. ABC was quick to offer King the ability to write his script for the adaptation of this book, or of his book, thanks to the previous success of King's miniseries, The Stand, which was also directed by Garris. The miniseries was shot at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, King's inspiration for the novel, in March 1997. Mm-hmm. This aired April 27th through May 1st, 1997.
1997? I had no idea.
So yeah, I heard someone talk about that, because he wrote this because he didn't like...
the Kubrick.
Yeah, he didn't like that version of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry to interrupt that, but continue.
No, that's
the guy that doesn't know anything about it knows something that no one else knew.
That's okay. So, I mean, with these synopses, and I just wrote down a few synopses, like, I forgot to write down, The Shawshank Redemption and The Dead Zone, and, I only wrote down, like, a few as I was going, but they all kind of widely vary in theme. Like, he doesn't always just write about vampires. He doesn't always just write about, there's always something, like a little twist, a little supernatural, like, thing in there, but I like how diverse his stories are. You never really know where he's gonna go.
I like that too. Except, I haven't read Stephen King. I've read H.P. Lovecraft, and his stories are very similar to that. Mm-hmm. But we're talking about Stephen King right now. I'm not trying to distract the subject.
No, it's okay. If it's relevant, that's fine. So I feel like the first movie I was introduced to Stephen King was actually The Mist.
Such a good movie.
Came out like 2007. But I
remember the trailers for it.
Yeah, the book was written in 1980. So that's where like this mist comes in, and there's these strange creatures in there, and
they're obscured by the mist.
Yeah, and they're all stuck in this grocery store trying to survive. It's really spooky and scary.
I always confuse The Mist and The Happening.
Oh my god,
Mm.
The Happening. That's the
I
one
have
with the
seen that movie.
plants.
I've seen that movie. No, that's
That
the one
one-
with just the air that kills people.
No, it's the plants, isn't it? Isn't it the stuff that
It
the
is.
plants
It
are
is the
releasing?
air.
Yeah, it's like plants have evolved now to
to kill humans. It's a global warming movie.
Yeah, and it's where that guy lays down in front of the lawnmower. That's the only scene I remember.
That's
The
the one
Mist?
with Mark Wahlberg, though, right?
Yeah,
No, The Happening.
yes, that's
That's what I'm
Yep.
saying. The Happening
Chris-
is the one with the
Yeah, no,
with
no.
Mark
I was
Wahlberg.
about to say something about The Mist.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The Mist really, to me, is very Lovecraftian.
Mm.
Like,
With
if you
the
read any of his
creatures.
short stories, yeah, with the creatures and the mystery and the intrigue, and it's almost like Stephen King doing his own cosmic horror.
Mm-hmm.
It very, to me, reminds me of
I'm proud of myself.
several different ones.
I'm not.
And you know how you guys were saying that, like, a lot of Stephen King's settings are either in fucking Maine or in
Boulder.
Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Lovecraft is obsessed with Rhode Island. His shit's there, Rhode Island.
Well, yeah, that's
Oh,
because
that's-
that's
yeah.
Lovecraft country.
Yeah, that's where he's from.
The Northeast. The Northeast is Lovecraft country.
Mm-hmm.
So the northeast of the United States is just full of fucking, like, stay away from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad
But
shit.
Lots
What
of
else you
Native
got for us,
American
Cheyenne?
shit up there too, like burial grounds and shit like that, like Native
Mhm.
American.
Yeah.
that
history
has
with
that Stephen King plays into that too. The burial grounds,
Yeah,
Pet Cemetery.
so does Lovecraft.
which we'll come back around with. We'll come back around with some more Lovecraft inspired stuff in us, and the only thing that I know or have ever consumed from Stephen King. So
Okay.
maybe at some point.
Anyway, so what I was saying was The Mist. I feel like was my first introduction to his genre. I don't know what you would categorize it as. I mean, it is horror, but it's kind of
Thriller.
it's
It's
kind of
supernatural
I mean,
horror.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so I was wondering what you besides Matt. What
That's
was
me.
your first?
It
What was your
freaky
first?
as shit. Like, we were in,
Yeah.
like, 6th or 7th grade when that movie came out,
Which one?
and I just remember The Mist.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We were I still remember watching it being like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. Like, at the end when it shows the reveal with the huge fucking monsters and all the random, like, they were grotesque looking.
hmm
I don't know. It just
So was that your first like introduction into Stephen King? Was watching
no.
that?
My first introduction was the made-for-TV series of It.
Oh.
I saw that when I was a little kid, and that freaked me out. But the first, I don't know. I've also seen The Shining. I don't know what I really honestly don't remember what my first Stephen King movie was, because my family would always watch like fucking horror, and like I never watched kid shit really. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
I
started
was
from a young
born in
age
it.
with that.
Molded by it.
Mold.
Yeah. By the time I saw a
me-
Disney princess, I was already a man.
For me, it was reading Carrie in high school.
Mm.
That was my first
In AP
Stephen King
Lit?
experience. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's cool. Like
Like
that was your first...
I knew about Stephen King. My dad
Yeah.
is obsessed with him. He's read every single Dark Tower book.
Dang.
So my dad is obsessed with him. But like my first full exposure to him was reading Carrie.
Has it ever been explicitly stated? I know it's like a thing, like a theory, right? Like that every book that he writes is in the
They
same
are.
universe.
They are connected
Every
by
single
the
one
shine.
he's ever written.
Mm-hmm.
They're connected by the shine.
That's
Even
you never
it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You've never
Okay, I don't know
seen The
what The
Green
Shine
Mile,
is, so I
so
guess
it's
it doesn't
well,
matter.
it's you'd have to see.
The Green Mile's a
You'd
good one,
have
too.
to
It's
at
about
least
Death
read
Row.
like 2 or 3 books to understand what the shine is.
It's like a supernatural ability that some people have. It's like a
Mhm.
sixth sense. Some people have the shine and some people don't.
Yeah.
Nobody has it in it though.
That's because that's so hard to describe. Because it does the movies do not go into the ritual of Chud. They don't go into fucking the giant turtle. They
Oh,
don't
yeah.
go into a lot of crazy shit that involves the shine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the book.
That is actually in the book.
Mm-hmm. There is a giant turtle in the book.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I know what that is anyway.
Okay.
Like I said, that's a celestial being.
Mm. But anyway, I just thought it was cool that we all were kind of introduced to him at a young age. Obviously, he's 74 years old, but he's still writing stuff. I didn't realize that The Outsider, which was an HBO miniseries, he wrote that in 2018.
Oh yeah, I started watching The Outsider and then I just stopped for no reason.
I
It was
finished
good.
it. It was good.
That dude will be writing on his deathbed.
Yeah, I just didn't for some reason,
Think
it
about
never
how many
clicked to me.
unpublished stories he has.
I bet a lot.
That'll be like
One thing-
once he dies.
The craziest fact I remember about doing my whole deep dive into his career and life was there was this at one point he was a big drug addict, and at one point he was, not to be gross, this is literally what his bio said, that he had been bleeding rectally, and he had no idea while he was writing a book. And his wife came in and saw, and he's like, I gotta finish this book. I can't stop right now. And he just kept writing.
Man,
I
so
know
inspiring.
I know one of the books that he wrote, the one about the train tracks that we were talking about earlier. Jake, what was the title of that one?
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. He wrote in 3 days. And I don't know if that's the one that...
Oh, fucking, what's that movie with Kathy Bates? Where he's an author, and
Oh yeah,
she
I
loves
know
all
what you're
of his
talking
books.
about. Yeah.
Misery.
Yeah.
Oh, Misery.
Where she breaks his fucking legs with a crowbar.
Yep.
And forces him to sit there and rewrite the book because she didn't like the ending.
Because she didn't like the ending. I feel like he was putting out some outward frustration on that one.
Yep.
He
that
does
sounds about right.
put himself into a lot of things. And so
Misery's a good one, Matt.
Yeah. Going back to the Indian burial ground things we were talking about. What were you saying about it, Matt? We were going to circle back around to...
We were going to circle back around to Lovecraft stuff. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, for it?
Yeah.
Did you want to say anything?
Oh, are we talking about it now?
Yeah.
I was just going to say that, I don't know, I like I said, this is the only form of media that he's ever made that, or inspired by anything he's ever made that I've seen.
Right.
The creature in it is a celestial being inspired by Lovecraft horror. So that's a lot of the lore that has to do with it, and and its background comes from Lovecraft horror. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah. Well,
H.P. Lovecraft invented the cosmic horror genre.
Absolutely.
So
Cthulhu.
Fear of the unimaginable kind of stuff.
Cheyenne, did you know he wrote books under a pseudonym?
Yes, and he said that the quality of the writing is what matters and not the name that it's written under.
He wrote The Regulators.
Under Richard,
I know for sure. Richard
Bachman?
Bachman, yeah.
And he had another one too, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like a 3-book series he wrote under Richard Bachman.
And they did really well, and nobody knew it was Stephen King writing them. He was
until
trying
he came
to
out
prove...
and was like, surprise, I can write more than just horror, because it's not horror. That one's more of like a action thriller kind of story.
But yeah, that's when he said it's the quality of the writing that matters.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I feel like really good writers should be able to write anything.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but he didn't want people just buying it because it says Stephen King on it.
I get that.
I think he wanted to prove it more so to himself.
Yeah. And then The Green Mile is one that I feel like I grew up with. My grandma really liked watching that one. Because it's kind of a, heartfelt,
it is.
Story. Really rips your heart out.
Was there Duncan Michael Clark too in there?
Yes. Duncan Michael
Rip.
Clark. Yeah.
Yep, Rip. F in the chat.
He's the one that has the shine in that movie. Because he can heal people, which is pretty cool. Ugh, that movie. I cry every time I see that movie.
Like if you
Was it a mouse or a rat that he healed?
A mouse, I think.
And then he went to the warden's wife.
I will tell you this right now. If you want a horror book that is incredibly timely, especially for the time that book was actually written, you need to read The Stand.
1978.
Yeah, you need to read The Stand. That dude was shit. 30,
Does that have something to
32,
do with the stand?
33
Is that
years.
like a courtroom stand?
No,
I'll read you
What does that
the
have to do with-
synopsis.
33 years ahead of his time.
One man escapes from a biological weapon facility after an accident, carrying with him the deadly virus known as Captain Trips. A rapidly mutating flu that, in the ensuing weeks, wipes out most of the world's population. This was written in 1978. In the aftermath, survivors choose between following an elderly black woman to Boulder or the dark man Randall Flagg, who has set up his command post in Las Vegas. The two factions prepare for a confrontation between the forces of good and evil.
And they just last year because there was an original miniseries. It was okay, and last year they redid it, and it was so good. It has
I think it's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. So watch it if you have Paramount Plus. It's 9 episodes. Each episode's an hour long. It has James Marsden, Whoopi Goldberg.
Man.
What's his name? The Flash.
Like 20 years.
The Flash from
Marvel.
Ezra
Marvel also came out with a
Ezra something. Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Right?
Oh, The Stand. They made a comic on it.
Yeah, Marvel did.
I
Dark
didn't know
Horse
that.
comic.
It's a
Marvel
comic. Yeah, of the Stand.
I have to read that. Oh my god,
it's really cool.
But no, James Marsden, Whoopi Goldberg, Ezra Miller, whoever the dude is that plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones, he's in it. He plays Tom Cullen.
Why is he in it?
He's the bodybuilder.
Because he's a good actor.
He's a good
Is
actor. I love
He's
him
not just
in
a
The
big
Stand.
man?
I love him in The Stand. But for it to like really hit home, like it's like super timely for right now.
It is.
It's crazy. How
Captain
far
Trips.
it was good. I feel like you're shitting on us for stuff you don't even know because you don't know it. You keep making faces.
What? Are you talking to me?
Keep making faces like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Get calling out. Drink.
Check yourself, Matt.
Yeah, fuck me.
There come correct.
So I know Jake said your first book was Carrie, but what was your first movie?
First movie I think was honestly because I'm not one to branch out into horror movies. Well, you know what? No, it was Carrie because I watched it immediately after I read the book.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I told you my first movie was The Mist, but my first book was Cujo.
Cujo, there you go, about the killer dog.
Ooh,
yeah. You
Cujo
remember that
actually
one?
might have been first. I might have watched Cujo first.
See, I've never seen the movie. I've only read the Cujo story.
That movie's not so much scary as it is anxiety inducing.
Well, I'll stay away from that.
Let me read you the synopsis. So this book came out in 1981. There's a movie if you want to watch the movie, but I don't know how the movie is because I haven't watched it. The Chambers once friendly Saint Bernard turns into a killer after being bitten by a rabid bat, so he's rabies. Donna Trenton's husband is in New York trying to contain a disastrous ad campaign, so feeling abandoned by her workaholic husband who is frequently out of town, Donna Trenton embarks on an affair with a local handyman. Left to fend for herself, she takes her ailing Pinto to Joe Chambers' garage for repair, only to be trapped with her son, Tad, in the sweltering car by a monstrous dog.
So basically, it's a mother and son trying to survive
in
a car, trying to survive being attacked by a rabid dog.
Mm-hmm. With no cell phones. No cell phones, no way of contacting anyone, nobody looking for them because her husband's gone. Anyway. It was pretty, like you said, anxiety inducing to read. And I don't like stuff with dogs in it usually because a lot of times in horror movies they die and I can't handle that.
Basically,
but when the dog's the villain, that's better.
Dogs are only used as a fucking plot device to get people to cry.
Yeah.
I hate it.
If
you have a dog in a movie, fuck you. Because that dog's
whoever
gonna die.
made that movie,
unless it's Air fucking Bud, the dog dies.
Fuck you.
Air fucking but unless it's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Unless that dog is dunking on Shaq, it's gonna die.
Dunking on Shaq. What about Underdog, Matt? What about Underdog?
Fuck you. You caught me while I was stretching.
Anyway, so I really enjoyed Dr. Sleep because I really love The Shining. And what Dr. Sleep does is kind of like a continuation of The Shining story. You follow Danny as an adult as he deals with the shine and these people trying to like kill kids for their shine. Or the steam that comes from their shine. So that's a newer movie that you could watch if you didn't want to go back and watch like super old movies. That one relatively new. I want to say 2019.
Are you like talking directly to me?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't. Why is it? Why would I not watch it if it's old?
I don't know. I don't know what your criteria is for watching movies.
Yeah. No, yeah. If the movie's older than 2010, I just can't watch it. Sorry.
Anyway, Chris, did you see Dr. Sleep?
No, I didn't. I wanted to, but I just never got around to it. Round two, it's hard to find in these parts of the country.
They are. I actually have one upstairs around to it. Anyway, I gotta stop saying anyway. I said it so many times today.
Anyways.
I know I'm doing it, audience. You don't have to comment on it. I just can't stop.
But you can if you want to. Any comments from our audience would be cool. Yeah, I'm guilt tripping.
I really liked Dr. Sleep, and I think you would too, Chris, because you like The Shining, and it kind of continues on that story. Jake, did you end up seeing Dr. Sleep when it came out?
Yeah, I did. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So the last thing I want to talk about on the subject of The Shining is why Stephen King didn't like The Shining, the Stanley Kubrick version of The Shining.
Oh, spoilers! All right, bring it.
Ready?
Let's go.
I don't fucking care. I don't care.
He didn't think that the characters were developed enough. Okay. I want to know what Jake and Chris think about this too. Like if you see
don't
where
want
he's
my opinion.
You've never seen The Shining.
All right. Well,
I've never read the book.
If you agree with what he's saying. So he believes that there isn't a real character arc throughout the movie the way there is in the book. He believes this specifically with the character of Jack. In the book, Jack Torrance starts out as a normal guy and then has a real descent into horror and madness. But in the movie, it appears that Jack is unhinged right from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Something seems off about him. Yes, He doesn't take long for him to unravel. And King didn't like this because Jack didn't get to follow the path he had set out for him. So that descent into madness was kind of lost from the book to the movie.
I can kind of agree with that. I mean, it would have been even more impactful if you would have learned to trust him and then see him progress into a more and more unstable, unhinged person. Whereas he starts off as kind of unlikable and kind of like a standoffish. Yeah, he was always just like, I was always like, why are people around you? You're just you're a dickhole. Like, piss off. And then he starts fucking trying to murder people and be a dickhole.
Yeah.
A dickhole.
A dickhole. So King's Jack is about the journey into anger of a man, like really getting into his mind and seeing his descent, versus Kubrick's Jack represents the evil of mankind itself. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's a lot different than the movie. He didn't like the casting of Jack Nicholson.
Interesting. You thought Nicholson just didn't... I thought he did a good job, but I didn't read the book, so...
Well, it's not that Jack Nicholson didn't do a good job, or he didn't think that he would. He thought he was too famous to do it. He wanted... so Nicholson had just come off of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, so he was, kind of getting popular in the entertainment when the movie came out, and King thought that it would detract from the movie, because they were going to watch it for Jack Nicholson, and opposed to watching Jack Torrance's, struggle. So that was one of the big reasons he hated The Shining.
Wow, okay.
I thought that was pretty cool. And I always see that out of context, like he hated Jack Nicholson. It wasn't that. It was that he didn't want Jack Nicholson's stardom to take away from the story of the movie.
It'd be
That
cool
makes
if they
sense.
made like a redid The Shining. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying Jack Nichol's to take away from it, but what if they made it like a TV series? What if it was animated? It doesn't
that'd be
matter
cool. Yeah,
if it is or not. I'm just saying, like, what if it were?
I think that would be cool.
Like, then you wouldn't need to worry about famous actor this or famous person that. It's just a fucking drawing. You could really just only focus on the character,
That's true.
and you could do a lot more if it's not relying on people's abilities.
That's true. There could be a lot more supernatural aspects.
Mhm.
That would be cool.
Things that would be harder to do, with a live action movie or a show.
Mm-hmm. He didn't think that there was enough substance to the movie. He thought it was very striking, like the picturesque, like of the seeing the Overlook Hotel and all of that. But as far that was as far as it went for him. He said he compared the movie to a beautiful car with no engine.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Ouch.
yeah, that's a criticism, all right. Damn.
He
Probably
liked.
also didn't help what Kubrick did to the leading actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they destroyed her mentally
Mhm.
and physically.
Yeah,
Yep.
ended her career.
Yeah.
Literally tortured her the entire time.
Which is
Mhm.
fucked up.
Made for a good movie though.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck that lady.
Actual terror on her face.
That I don't want to think about it. But I don't know how he did that and just did that. But whatever.
Women aren't people. That's how.
Apparently, I just don't know how he did that and got away with it. Like
No criticism, because
Yeah,
it didn't
no
matter then.
backlash.
They were just like,
It was in the
no.
80s?
I was saying because it's the 80s.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did the portrayal of Jack hit too close to home for Stephen King? Because the portrayal in the movie, it takes a different portrayal, which we talked about earlier. It's kind of different from the way he initially wrote it. And the life of Jack Torrance, the way that he was kind of like an addict and an alcoholic and stuff in the movie mirrors Stephen King's kind of early life. Father of a young child, has issues with rage and substance abuse, that kind of thing. And so since Stephen King has gone through those kind of scenarios, it's speculative that he might have thought Jack Torrance, like, he just didn't like watching that kind of...
Yes.
Give him
Saw
some
too much of
PTSD.
himself in it.
Mm-hmm. And maybe not the coolest, but the most interesting reason, which I never even thought of, even though I've read and watched the movie, is it almost came down to the ending scene. In the movie, Jack Torrance dies by freezing to death.
Mhm.
In the book, the Overlook Hotel burns down with
Well,
Jack
they fixed
inside.
They fixed that kind of with Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Stephen King was really heavily involved in Dr. Sleep.
Good.
So,
Fucking retcon.
but at the end of the book, anyway, I already said that. But the reason I know is a difference between warmth and cold, which is weird to say, but it's because Stephen King sees the Overlook Hotel representing hell and like a portal to hell, and so it needed to burn down, it needed to be in flames, like, to represent that. But Kubrick didn't believe in hell, so he didn't want to go that route, so he had him freeze to death outside. Yeah. And so it was kind
Like,
of
you've seen the blue him, like...
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Every time I ever think about that, I just think of fucking Randy. It's in
Yeah.
South Park.
You want McDonald's?
Yeah.
What do you want? Some nuggets.
Some nuggets.
Yeah.
I'm just over here laughing at you going, fucking got him.
Fucking got it. But yeah, so it's almost like theological, kind of ideological differences that Stanley Kubrick and Stephen King had, which didn't go over well with Stephen King. But the freaking Shining movie is great. Also, in its own right. So, I don't know, take that for what you will. Stephen King doesn't like it, but hey.
Yeah, fuck him.
South
was a
Park
good
did a
horror
decent
movie.
job, actually, like, doing The Shining. with that episode, by the way.
Was
I've
that
never
with the
seen
Black
it.
Friday? That was the Black Friday episode, right?
No, it's the Blockbuster one.
Oh yeah,
the Halloween
yeah,
one.
that's right. Where they're stuck in the Blockbuster. Yes, that's it.
I've never seen it.
Of course not.
Decent, quote unquote.
There are a lot of Stephen King parallels in pop culture, but I mean, he has written over 50 books.
Well, every other movie and book ever written and made is, it's his shit. So
Every other one. I like that skit on Family Guy where Stephen King gets hit by a car and in the air he writes a book and lands on his feet. Done.
Yeah, he really should give George R. R. Martin some pointers.
Yeah,
pointers.
he should. Some pointers.
Yeah, he should. He probably already. He's probably already done that.
George R. R. Martin has enough pointers. He needs some pointers.
I just don't understand why you would stop writing like that, but
Why not?
He must have a reason.
He's lazy.
He's
in New
he
Mexico.
doesn't want to.
So
He
fuck
doesn't
him.
want to. Well, he's made a lot of money. Why does he need to?
Because he started something, and why would you finish whatever you commit to?
Yeah, why
with
would you
George R. R.
finish
Martin?
it when you know the ending will never live up?
Mm-hmm.
I
But-
feel like Stephen King is gonna have when he dies, he's gonna have his own Silmarillion.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. After I said that earlier, maybe
Yeah.
you weren't here yet.
Hey, did I agree? He's gonna have his own. You know what that is, Cheyenne, right?
Mm-mm.
So Tolkien, when he died, his
Mhm.
son took a lot of his notes and all of his manuscripts and tried to give a backstory and a lore, even more lore, and put out the Silmarillion, which is basically just all of Tolkien's notes about the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. And all that.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like it's Hobbit and Middle Earth lore and
Yeah.
short. There's
So
some
just-
short stories in there too, right?
So notes
It's like
and kind of
incomplete ideas.
unfinished,
Maybe.
Yeah.
incomplete ideas.
Yeah, and he tried to do his best to flush shit out, quote unquote. Finish the ideas and try to finish stuff for him,
Probably
for
should
his dad.
Probably should have just straight up released it.
Mm-hmm. Without
Yeah.
trying to make any connections.
But how could you can't release a book without
No.
there having to be any
It is a
people
book.
aren't gonna
It's
I know
from,
it is
from
I
the
know
notes
because
of
because it's
no. I'm saying this is a collection of unfinished notes and ideas from J.R.R. Tolkien, and then that's just the book.
I would
yeah,
read it.
whatever.
No, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but I mean, it was put out. God knows when. I don't know when it was published.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
he did his best. I'll say that.
But yeah. If you haven't, like Matt, audience, seen or read Stephen King and you feel like getting into some spooky stuff this season of spookiness, I would recommend the Shining novel and then the Shining movie. If you've never read any of it, is my recommendation to start.
Well, you already got your recommendation from me. It's going to be The Stand. It's quite a long read, but definitely worth it in the long run. And then watch the show. That way you can be really mad at Ezra Miller's character like I am.
What do you think,
Why
Chris?
would you be mad? Why would you be mad at a depiction of a character, Jake?
Because it's terrible.
Huh?
I-
Why would you be mad about that?
If you
Why would
also,
be mad?
I don't.
Why would you be mad about it?
Damn, you're close to your
Huh?
webcam.
Oof,
Why would you be
I
mad?
could count the pores on your nose.
Good.
Um,
Sorry. Just had to get
If
that
you're-
out there.
if you're looking, I know we're talking about Stephen King, and I hate to be. I don't really have that much to contribute for Stephen King, but I do have some Lovecraft shit because I've read a lot of his stories,
It is spooky season, Chris.
and it is spooky season. I would say I recommend reading The Call of Cthulhu, At the Mountains of Madness, Dagon. It's a short story. It's pretty good. The Nameless City,
Mm.
The Rats in the
I have
Walls.
the complete fiction of H.P. Lovecraft on
Kindle?
Audible. It's 51 hours.
I have it too on Audible. I also own it, and I also
I need to
have
listen
his
to it.
complete collection, like the book, and it's a book like
Oh,
Maybe it-
it's like a fucking dictionary.
Maybe
Yeah, I
I'll
could-
check that out. I'm still
could
on your Audible.
beat you
so-
to death with this book.
I'm actually on your Audible too, Matt, and I'm listening in Into a Sea of Stars by
What is
Christopher Paolini. It's probably one that Sarah got.
Yeah, it's probably not. Yeah.
I would say
I
so.
see it. 32 hours? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm only like halfway. I still have like 16
Well,
hours
you need
left.
to pause that and you need to listen to H.P. Lovecraft.
Apparently. I've never
good.
actually listened or read
Maybe
any
we'll
of his stuff.
talk about some of those next week. There's an idea for you for spooky season. Should we just do themed months for the rest of the year?
That's kind of
That'd
fun.
be cool.
But something fun to know about H.P. Lovecraft is he didn't really, like, all of his books kind of didn't really, when he was alive, didn't really do much. Some people liked him.
Oh, yeah, because people were like, this is fucking weird, because he wrote them in, like, the early 1900s.
Yeah. Like,
1800s.
well, he was born in late
Oh,
1800s, and he wrote them as a kid, and he was kind of sickly. He didn't really get a good education. He was really abused, and a lot of his stuff, the reason that inspired him to get into the cosmic horror was, like, the loss of his grandmother, and the loss of his mother, and the loss of his father, and, like, this guy experienced a lot of loss, and this guy died in poverty.
Mm.
And
So
he never-
almost like Van Gogh.
yeah, like
like,
he
he
really
didn't-
wasn't appreciated until way fucking later.
I do feel like that happens to a lot of artists, authors, what have you. Like, once they die, then you're like, oh, actually, his stuff is really good.
But keep in mind, he wasn't really a good person either.
Yeah.
Like, he was
I mean, is
definitely a
Stephen
racist
King,
piece of shit.
is Stephen King even a good person?
Not really. He might be now. I mean, he does a lot for the community and stuff now, but he wasn't before. But, I mean, everybody has past, so.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has bad days.
Oh my god.
Anyway, thanks for coming to my presentation of Stephen King for Cheyenne
Yeah,
Spooky Month.
Yeah, thanks for coming to Cheyenne's TED Talk about Stephen King.
I tried not to make it sound like a presentation, but I didn't know how else to talk about it, so
No, I liked
I just wanted to talk about it.
I thought it was fun.
it. Me too. Well done.
Next week, I don't know what we're doing, but it's still gonna be spooky, so be fun. Hopefully,
We can talk about Lovecraft stories.
we could. Do you
If
want to
you-
write it?
If you listen,
No,
like, I could
not
send
really.
you a couple to, like, cherry pick and listen to
Chris,
or read.
yeah, Chris, you know what, Chris? Send us 5 and we'll either listen to them or read them all.
Okay. I'm not gonna pick super fucking terribly long ones. I'm gonna pick good
You
ones.
could.
Yeah,
You could
and then
be-
Chris, do you want to host next
Yeah, I
week?
was about to say you could host next week.
If I have time, I might. I have a test I'm studying for, and I have, like, school shit going on, but I might be able to conjure a little something.
Well, if we have all of them, I don't think. I mean, Cheyenne, if we read them all together, Cheyenne, you could still host.
Okay, but
But
I'd let Chris host too.
Chris,
It's
if they're
sure.
in this audiobook thing, can you give me the timestamps for them?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I
Same.
can find them. They
But
will
yeah,
be in the audiobook thing.
pick several that are really good, and we'll listen to them.
All right. I'll pick, like, I don't know, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Because I have favorites. I definitely have favorites.
But we appreciate
Okay.
you listening to the Nerdy as Hell podcast. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter
When it works.
when it works. Yeah, because it's been down. And I meant to post something today, which I did, but it came out late. So, but if you want to see the supplemental stuff for last week's episode or any episode, check out the Instagram where it goes up the same day that the podcast goes up.
If anyone would like any context for why I was emphasizing what I was emphasizing just a few minutes ago, go watch on the Patreon the Venom review. The Venom Let There Be Carnage review, or whatever the fuck it is.
Only for our
review.
patrons. Exclusive.
Yes, exclusive Patreon review, which we're going to be doing maybe from now on. We'll see, but yeah.
Sorry for no news tonight. If you guys were hoping for news, there's not really anything going on except for the Facebook shutdown. So I just want to talk about Stephen King.
Isn't Instagram
And-
shut down
Really-
too?
Yeah, they're connected.
Everything owned by Facebook, all their servers were down.
Yeah.
We don't really know exactly why yet, right?
No,
We just
not
know it's
yet.
down.
We just
Yeah,
know
okay.
that they were.
Well, they made an update to Facebook. Apparently, you can't view your own photos anymore. And
'Cause they
you
belong
can't
to
view-
Facebook.
You can't view your friends' photos or your friends' list anymore. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to go and look at the pictures that Allie has posted about, my son, but I can't find them.
It's still down then, because there's no way that they could take that away.
I don't know.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Yeah,
I don't
once you
like
upload
that.
something to that,
Oh my
it's theirs.
God.
It's not yours.
It's been a long time. Like, it's for a while. You can't go and like look at other people's pictures. Like after a while, like pictures like old, like people's like old albums and shit. They're just gone now.
They're not
I don't
gone.
know.
They're just not accessible to
Well,
you.
yeah, they're not accessible.
They're in Zuckerberg's
It's been
private
zucked.
collection.
I can't
It's
see
been
my own.
zucked.
I can't even.
I
We
can't
got
even see
zucked,
my
guys.
own photos. You're right. I
I
can't see
can't
my
even.
own photos.
I can't even see my own photos.
I love that perfectly blurred her screen,
It did.
like it was almost censored. That was funny.
I liked it.
Holy shit! Yeah,
But
awesome.
We got zucked.
We got zucked.
We got
fuck
sucked.
the Zuck. Fuck the Zuck.
We
Anyway,
got zucked in
follow
the A.
us. Follow us on all of our things at Nerdy as Hell
Yeah.
Pod or at Nerdy as Hell Podcast. You
Or
can just-
Nerdy as Hell Gaming for Twitch or YouTube.
Yes. To see any of the videos that we posted, like when we all almost died because of a chip.
A disgusting.
We
Oh,
gotta stream some
piece of shit
Phasmophobia.
shit.
yes. We do need to
Gotta
stream
stream some Phasmophobia.
some spooky stuff with all of us on Nerdy as Hell Gaming, so follow us on Twitch for those updates, and stay unapologetically nerdy, you guys. I love you.
Aw.
Peace.
Maybe we'll see some baby next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully. They fucking left.
They left.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Why'd
I
they
went up.
leave
That's why I
you?
left. I was like, hey, there's nobody fucking here. What the fuck?
All right.
I am so
Terrible
sorry.
disappointment. We'll see you next week.
Bye.